Okay, first game I can throw in the trash. Bad game, it happens. Throw it in the trash. Second game, you make that impressive comeback. You win 4-3. You get 2 points. You had a chance to get 2 points today. This loss, unacceptable. You cannot have that type of performance that you had today. It would just felt like there was a lack of urgency in this game by the Flyers, a lack of wanting it more, and especially the lack in the shot department as well. As we saw the pattern in so many of the previous games where the Flyers were starting to outshoot the opposition, it wasn't in this game. The Flyers passed up so many shot opportunities in this game. Way too many to count. Early in the game, midway through the game, end of the game, there were just way too many opportunities that they passed on. Way too many. And that came back to bite them, especially in this game. And a lot of differences from this game to last game. The Flyers managed to shut down the Penguins in the neutral zone, prevent their speed, and prevent them from getting those odd man rushes and preventing them from using that speed in transition. This game was the complete opposite, and it felt a lot similar to the game on Tuesday. Pittsburgh's speed gave the Flyers a lot of issues. They were able to generate stuff off the rush, and that's the Penguins' bread and butter. That's been their MO, probably even going back to when they won back-to-back Stanley Cups a couple of years ago. This team is very fast. They generate offense off the rush, and that's how they score their goals, is off the rush. This team is not physical. This team is not hard-hitting. They generate everything because of their speed, and the speed was giving the Flyers so many problems in today's game. So many problems. Defensive breakdowns, just not being able to complete your passes, passing up on way too many shot attempts in that third period. Oh my god. That third period was barf-inducing. It was so bad, especially early on, where you iced the puck 4 times in the first, 5 minutes of the period? Unacceptable. Unacceptable, and it very looked like there was just a lack of urgency by the Flyers today. And it didn't feel like that on the first goal, too, because the start of this game, the Flyers looked like they were the much better team. They were the better paced team. And that resulted in the first goal of the game because you got a nice stick check by Scott Laughton and result into a 2-0 because you countered on the Penguins' rush, you forced them to make a turnover, and you get a 2-0 going the other way. Laughton connecting, passing back and forth, and it's connecting, going top shelf, taking the lid off of the water bottle on the net, and he finally ends his snake-bitten drought, and he gets a goal. And you go up 1-0. And it felt like and even early on in the game, Provorov passing up a juicy opportunity to shoot the puck, wants to try to go backdoor to Sean Couturier, and it just doesn't work out. And there was also another chance for Provorov as well, in this period as well, to shoot the puck, and he fanned on it. And he also took a penalty in this period as well, which resulted in the next Penguins goal. And the Flyers' penalty kill was actually doing pretty decent on this power play for Pittsburgh. It just resulted in a transition of play, the rush for Pittsburgh, and they managed to score a goal with Evgeny Malkin doing a little wraparound, burying it into the empty net. You also got Jake Gensel interfering a little bit with Travis Sanheim in the crease, but nothing happens there. Elliott can't get back to defend for Malkin, and he buries it into the open net on the wraparound. So it was instantaneous. Connecting scores 1 goal. The Penguins get to break down the other way of the ice. Provorov takes that penalty, and then bing, bang, boom on the rush. Malkin scores and ties the game at 1. And this is where Pittsburgh grabbed a little bit of the momentum. And the Flyers, they had so many power play opportunities in this period. They had 3 power plays in this period. 1 at the beginning of the game, 1 at the middle of the period, and 1 going into the second period. This power play is not good. This power play, for some reason, I don't know why, they have so much talent on this power play, for some reason they just can't figure it out. And I think it also goes back to, they didn't have that urgency to shoot the puck, like they have been doing in the previous games, where they're getting a 35-plus, 40-plus shot tonight. This game, they barely mustered 20-plus shots in this game. Barely. And that lack of urgency to shoot transpired through the rest of the game, because there just wasn't that sense of urgency. Even in the other types of plays that they're doing, there wasn't an urgency in the forecheck. There wasn't an urgency to get back into the play. And the Penguins, they were winning a lot of the one-on-one battles. They were winning a lot of the board battles as well. And that's what you got to do to win games. You got to win those one-on-one board battles. You got to find a way to win those pucks. You got to forecheck. You got to get into the greasy areas. The Flyers weren't doing that at all in this game. They just looked, I'm not sure if it was gassed or it was something else, because they just didn't have it tonight. Even though they did score 3 goals in this game. They did. They scored 3 goals in this game. And before I get into the other goals by the Flyers, let's go into the next Penguins goal that they got late in the period because the Flyers took another penalty. And this was just instantaneous off the face-off. Bing, bang, boom. Brian Rust right in front of the net with a tic-tac-toe goal. And he makes it 2-1. So, penalty kill bites you in the ass. Once again, this penalty kill special teams bite you in the ass, especially in the first period. Can't score on any of the first 2 power plays that you get, and you allow Pittsburgh to score on their first 2 power plays. You do get a penalty going into the second period. You get a power play. And at first, the power play looking the same as usual, can't get anything going. But then, with the dying seconds left of this power play, you got Kevin Hayes on the left side, coming into the slot, takes a simple wrister, goes in past Jarry, and it's 2-2. Nolan Patrick was providing a little bit of the screen to allow Kevin Hayes to go bar down. So, you get a 2-2 game. And this period was so back and forth. So back and forth. Flyers getting some breaks the other way of the ice. Penguins getting a lot of breaks on their side of the ice as well. It was just so weird. There was like so many instances where one team couldn't get the puck into the other zone where the other team could. Both teams were turning it over in split seconds of each other. You got an odd man rush for Pittsburgh. You got Malkin, and he tries to go back pass, and Nate Prosser takes the puck over. And also in this game, Joel Farabee returns to the lineup from the COVID list, and Nate Prosser slots in for Phil Myers, who is out with an undisclosed injury, most likely because of the hit that he took in Thursday night's game. So who knows how long Myers is going to be out. Most likely, I would say it has to do something with concussion protocol. So, back and forth period. Both teams are getting their chances. And then before one of the commercial breaks, it didn't even show it at all. There was a little bit of roughhousing going on halfway through this period, and it resulted in a 4-on-4. And in this resulting 4-on-4, the Flyers actually get a forecheck going. You got Jake Voracek getting in deep into the zone, and then you find a Shane Gostisbehere on the point. He takes the one-time shot, and Voracek with the beautiful screen coming through behind the net, getting in front of Jarry's face to allow that puck to go in and take his eyes away from the shot. So the Flyers go up 3-2. But this is a ball buster type of goal late in the period. Insanely late in the period. This is so much of a ball buster. Penguins get their forecheck into the zone, and the Flyers, once again, they had this trouble throughout the entire damn game. They couldn't clear the zone. Pittsburgh was keeping the puck in so many times. Every time the Flyers tried to use the boards, it would get deflected off of something, and it wouldn't go anywhere. This was one of those instances. Travis Sanheim, Justin Braun behind the net. Travis Sanheim misses the pass. Got 3 Penguins forechecking into the zone. Sanheim can't do anything with the puck, and it turns into a break for Zach Aston Reese, who is literally on the worst angle possible, and he somehow sneaks it by Elliott, right from the boards. Somehow takes the shot. It somehow gets under Elliott's pad, and it goes into the net. A ball buster of a goal, a bad goal for Brian Elliott to give up. Yes, there was a defensive breakdown, but that is a goal you gotta stop. You cannot not allow that puck to squeak by your pad. It gives me so many vibes to 2010 Patrick Kane Stanley Cup Final Game 6 overtime. It gives me so many vibes to that. Even though that goal for Patrick Kane, no one knew the puck went in. This time, we actually knew the puck went in for Zach Aston Reese. It's just a bad goal to give up. You can't give a goal up from that type of angle. Yes, there was a defensive breakdown, but your goaltender's got to stop it. So, ball buster of a goal, and you go, instead of up with the lead into the intermission, now you're tied. And this third period was just so bad. It was so bad. Oh boy. Especially the start. 20 million icings in a row. It was overly dramatizing it, but 4 icings in a span of 5 minutes. You can't do that. The Flyers were lucky enough that they were winning the defensive zone faceoffs to make sure there wasn't any damage done on those icings. But, like I said, when I would talk about the lack of urgency in this game by the Flyers, it especially showed up in the third period. Pittsburgh was running all over them, especially from those icings as well. The Flyers got some chances. Nolan Patrick had 1 chance in this period. He got a little bit of a 2-on-1. He took a fake shot on Jarry. He got the save on it with the 5-hole. But just overall, just the lack of urgency was especially clear in this period. The Flyers looked like they did not want it at all. It looked like they were just trying to either get the game to overtime or just trying something else, because there just wasn't urgency at all. And once again, Pittsburgh, halfway through this period, they score off the rush. They do something that they love to do completely. And it's kind of a broken play, because there was a big instance where One team was trying to go down the ice, turnover. Another team was trying to go down the ice, turnover. Somehow, in some way, Pittsburgh manages to go down the ice. Got the Evgeny Malkin line up there. Got Tanev out there as well. Tanev was causing lots of issues for the Flyers in this 3-game set. Lots of issues. They go down the ice. Defensive breakdown. Tanev on the far left side. Throws a puck into the slot, and you get Jared McCann coming out of nowhere. No one covering him at all. And he manages to get the puck in to the open net. And it's a 4-3 Penguins lead. Just the lack of urgency. And especially getting into the late stages of the game where you're pulling Brian Elliott. That was the worst pulled goalie experience that I've seen in my life. No offensive zone pressure. No setup whatsoever. You were lucky enough Pittsburgh couldn't score into the empty net. You were lucky Shane Gostisbehere took away 2 goals. You were lucky about that. To where it wasn't like a 5-3 game. But we had chance. There really weren't many chances at the end of that game for the Flyers because they were just dumping the puck in. Couldn't forecheck. Couldn't win the one-on-one battles. Crosby was holding the damn puck in our own zone for over 30 seconds. It felt like with the empty net. It's not good enough. Just simply not good enough. It's not good enough. And they need to be a lot better. And the only positive I can take away from this game is that you play another game tomorrow in 24 hours. And you're playing home against the Washington Capitals. This is another important stretch of games coming up as well. And also you get the benefit of having fans back in the arena. Maybe that'll give them an extra jolt. And the Flyers, yes, they have been a team that showcases to us they can bounce back from a loss. They've done that a couple of times this year. They did it so much last year. But you can't lose games like this. This was an important series to separate yourselves from the standings with Pittsburgh. And you failed at doing that. Even though you still have 2 games in hand against Pittsburgh, you're tied with them in the standings. And this was a crucial series to gain some traction in the standings. And you couldn't do it. Just could not do it. Like I said, I could throw the first game in the trash that was on Tuesday. Thursday, you made that great comeback. This game, unacceptable to lose. Unacceptable. You threw points, you get left points on the table, and you couldn't get them. And you had a chance to win this game too. Just breakdowns, and you allow Pittsburgh to do what their bread and butter is, scoring off the rush. And honestly, not taking as many chances yourself. The Flyers, like I said, just the lack of urgency in this game wasn't good enough. And yeah, there were a lot of moments where they left Brian Elliott out to dry. The only goal I would really blame him on is the one by Reese, where it just slid under his pad. The other goals he had no chance on. Tic-tac-toe goal, the goal by Malkin, the one by Jared McCann. None of those goals he really has a chance on. This is the first time this season Elliott has allowed 4+ goals in a game. This is the first time. So, wasn't a good enough performance by the defense. And yeah, I still believe that the Flyers need something on the defensive core. Either if that's through trade or something like that, they need something in here. A top 4 defenseman to help settle these guys down. Because there's so many instances where these guys look lost. And it's not good enough. It's not good enough. And I'm still surprised that they have the record that they have now. At some points. And yes, that is granted overreaction. But this type of game is so unacceptable with the way you played. It's unacceptable. I'm surprised they were in a position to win that game. Because they started off so good, but then it just completely went downhill. Went downhill right after. Lack of urgency. It just felt like that the entire game. Just a complete lack of urgency. And now, they got to bounce back tomorrow against Washington. Home game. Fans are back in the Wells Fargo Center. And you have a big stretch of games coming up. 3 and 4 games against Washington. And you play Buffalo on Tuesday as well. I'm pretty sure Buffalo's going to look for some type of revenge, but that entire team is a dumpster fire. So, got to get some points. And Washington, they're finding their game as of late. But they might not have Tom Wilson because of the ugly hit, the excusable hit that he did against Brandon Carlo. So most likely I would assume he's going to miss at least a few games here with suspension. So maybe that's to the Flyers' benefit. So, an inexcusable effort, unacceptable loss, and now you got to move on. You have to move on now. 3 games in 4 against Washington and a game against Buffalo this week, all at home. Got to get points. You have to get points. So, what are your thoughts on this Flyers game, everyone? What are your thoughts on their performance overall? And what do you think they need to do to stop performances like this? Do you just think they were gassed today? Or just a lack of urgency in this game? So I want to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I am a part of. Their links will be in the description below. Don't forget to check out the Flyer Up Podcast merchandise website. That link will also be in the description below. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.